Hello students, now I am going to explain about alternatives for wall constructions. First of all, I want to explain wall. What is wall? A wall is a structure that defines an area, carries a load or provides a shelter or security. And it is also defined as upright member, the width of which exceeds 4 times of its thickness. If the ratio is less than 4, then that should not be considered as a wall, that is considered as a column. This is the difference between the walls and columns. The walls are many types with various structural configuration and functions to serve. So before explaining the types, why we want walls? The walls need actually protect against climate, view, introduces, etc. When we talk about the load bearing walls, then it carry the roof and upper floors. That is considered as roof and upper floor is considered as a vertical loads. And if we want to talk about earthquakes, then it will carry the lateral pushes. That means horizontal loads. Totally, it will be protect from all climate. Next, I am going to explain about types of wall. There are two types of wall. One is load bearing wall and second one is non-load bearing walls. So load bearing walls means it carries the load, its own weight, and also plus from beams and slabs. It carries loads imposed on it from beams and slabs above including its own weight, and then it will be transferred to the foundation. These walls support structural members such as beams, slab and walls on, above or below the floors. It can be exterior wall or interior wall, but it should be carry the loads from the roof to the floor. So this is a load bearing walls. The example for load bearing wall, you can take solid wall with the piers. Piers means both the side we are giving pilasters, cavity wall, faced wall, veneered wall. So these are the examples of the load bearing wall. Non-load bearing wall means it carries its own weight, but it doesn't carries any load from beams and slabs. Example for the non-load bearing wall, you can take panel wall, partition wall and curtain wall, freestanding wall. So it will not take any load from the beam, just to divide the room into two part. Then we will go for the partition wall. That is also called interior wall, which doesn't carry any load from the structural member, but it carries its own weight. So the next topic, that is rammed earth construction, which is included in your syllabus. So rammed earth is form of unbaked earth construction. The main ingredient for the rammed earth construction, one is the soil, and you can go for sand, clay and gravel. Nowadays we are using small addition of cement, but in previous days clay is acting as a glue. The processed soil compacted in a layers to form component of the building structure is termed as rammed earth. The formwork becomes essential for the construction of rammed earth elements with an exception for rammed earth foundation. So this type of construction techniques finds application in the construction of walls, foundation, floors, built-in furniture, etc. So we can go these type of construction. This is considered as a alternative building construction. So the history of rammed earth construction. So rammed earth has been used for the construction of walls since several centuries. Not a new technique, it is an old technique. The example for rammed earth construction, you can take Great Wall of China, and even in Himalaya regions of India, they were using this type of walls in their construction. Tibetans and thousands of years old buildings in Middle East and Africa represent some of the historical rammed earth construction. There are a large number of modern rammed earth buildings which have been built in the last 3 decades. In olden days, I already told, in olden days we are using only sand, clay, gravel and soil. in the wall construction, but in modern rammed earth buildings nowadays we are using some additives like cement and other supplementary cementitious material can be used in the construction. This is the construction methods of the rammed earth structure. The first step, the formwork is very important in the rammed earth construction. First, formwork is built, and then moist earth. Moist earth means mixture of sand, gravel, clay, and nowadays we are using concrete. But in olden days, they were not used concrete. The sand, gravel, clay, and soil will be used. But nowadays, this is elements, materials we are using for the construction. Then moist earth should be filled. Then in step 2, it should be compacted with the help of rammer. Therefore, it is called rammed. Rammer. The layer of moist earth is compressed. Next layer again, the moist earth is added. Again in step 4, the layer should be placed. Successive layers should be placed, and then it should be compressed until it reaches to the top of the formwork. Next, after some time, formwork is removed, leaving the rammed earth wall as it is. So our rammed earth wall is constructed. So these are the technique used for the rammed earth construction. Very simple techniques. So this is one examples of the rammed earth structure, and this is one rammed earth structure, and this is one more rammed earth structure. Next we will move on to the types of rammed earth. Actually there are two types of rammed earth. One is unstabilized rammed earth without inorganic additives, and stabilized rammed earth with inorganic additives we are using. This is one of the example of rammed earth structure, and you can see here hammers and formwork and how the walls are constructed. Small metal formwork also can be used, 900 mm length movable, and wooden formwork also you can consider with a longer dimension, and longer formwork without joints also can be used for the rammed earth construction. And this is one structure which is made up of rammed earth structure. So next I'm going to explain characteristics of cement stabilized rammed earth. So in olden days they not used cement in a stabilized rammed earth, only soil will be used and clay is acting as a glue. But nowadays in modern rammed earth we are using cement in a small content. Here that is very important, you should remember the dry density is very important. So this is should be considered while constructing cement stabilized. So dry density of about 1.85 gram cc has to be achieved for good performance of the rammed earth wall. It may be a additive or it may be a non-additive, but you should maintain dry density 1.85, and moisture content during the test you have to maintain properly, and also clay fraction and soil grading, and percentage of cement. You should not add more percentage of cement. If you are adding more percentage of cement, that may be not giving proper strength. And also the rammer should be used weight in range 6 to 9 kg. The area of ramming surface for flat rammer could be in the range of 64 to 100 centimeter square. If you're using flat rammers, then it could be in the range of 64 to 100 centimeter square, the area of ramming surface. So alternative use of flat and rounded bottom rammers have been found to be effective, and some of the recent experiments in the laboratory and the field have shown that achieving a dry density of 1.95 gram per cc is not difficult. This means that use of rammed earth may offer better strength for walls than use of stabilized mud blocks for the same stabilizer percentage. You can go for stabilized mud blocks also during the rammed earth construction. So here this is a technique in situ wall construction where either plain earth or stabilized earth is compacted in layers between two plates. That is called rammed earth construction. So here one more thing you should remember, one is a dry density of about 1.85 gram per cc should be achieved for good performance, and rammer should be used 6 to 9 kg, and area of the ramming surface, if you are using flat rammer, that is 64 to 100 centimeters square. You can use any rammer, flat or rounded bottom, and dry density should be achieved 1.95 gram per cc. It is not difficult to maintain. You can maintain a 1.95 gram per cc for the rammed earth construction. So in next class I am going to explain about cavity walls. Thank you.